Yeah, so this is Sonic Advance 2 for Nintendo Game Boy Advance, and this is the second game of the Sonic Advance trilogy. All three games play very differently. I've been running all three for several years, and I'm glad to be here with the character bid war for Sonic Advance 2 now, and every time this game's been in GDQ, it's always been ran as Sonic. There's a good reason for that, but this time decided to shake things up and try out a different character. So, Skybilz, who is winning the bid war? Who am I playing as today?
Well, you know him. You love him. It is Knuckles. Have fun
Let's
with that,
go,
Kirby.
Knuckles. All right. Well,
And Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles.
and Knuckles. Well, I'm gonna enjoy a little bit of ice cream. But again, I'm Kirbymastah. I run this game and all three Sonic Advance games. With me is our awesome host Skybilz and my commentator Alec47, who also runs his fair share of classic Sonic games.
Not this one, though.
Not this one, no. Very few people run the Advance games, but that's okay. Like, these games are pretty fun. Yeah, without further ado, I'm finished with my ice cream, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly around. Oh, never mind. See ya. Okay, so do we have the timer ready?
Knuckle!
Hopefully.
Do we? We might be having... Oh, okay. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so yeah, this is Knuckles, and this game is all about boost mode. And Alec, why don't you go ahead and take it away with some of the basics?
Sure. So boost mode is a thing that is in various and sundry Sonic games, some 2D, some 3D. And this game is one of the most boost mode based 2D ones to come before the ones like Rush Adventure, and Colors. So the mechanics in this one are basically get more rings, go fast enough for long enough, sometimes hitting springs and things like that helps, and you go really fast. So one of the big things in this game is being in boost mode as much as possible. It also does have some effects like increasing your air maneuverability a little bit. That said, there are a couple places where it's not necessary for you to get boost mode, like here. Nice little super glide.
Yep, so
To the end of the
Spec was
stage.
talking about in his Unleashed run 2 runs ago, who did a fantastic job, by the way. He was bragging about how he beat the task with an IOL. The task for this stage is a 2877 by Dash Jump, who did a Knuckles task of this entire game several years ago. My individual world record for this level is a 2868, so I beat the task for this stage by 5 frames. So, suck it, Spec.
Every little bit counts.
Every little bit
now
counts.
Now we're getting up into a boss. The boss stages in this game are why I don't think I will ever run it as any character. So they have this mechanic where you're moving, and it results for a lot of weirdness. Sonic has an air dash trick that is very, very potent for gaining horizontal speed, but he's the only one that does, and that is pretty much why Sonic is the best character overall to run in this game. But you saw him do a couple glides into the ground. I'm going to really quickly finish explaining that, and then it'll be a good time for donations, because these stages here are pretty simple and not greater. But the basic idea is you glide, you land on the ground, and Knuckles does a little bit of a kind of sliding along the ground that you can, for whatever reason in this game, stop by stopping your glide, releasing the button. And that allows you to do a spin dash immediately. So that is the main tech that makes Knuckles pretty decent at most bosses, actually. But with that, Sky, take it away.
All right, thank you. We have $50 from Stephosaurus, who says, needed to donate for my favorite cat emote spammers run.
I feel personally called out.
Twitch chat, post cats. All right, we have a $25 donation from Feeling Dreepy, who says, good luck on the run, Kirby. All the cats in the world are rooting for you.
Thank you. Shout out to the Stray Run coming up tonight. Alright, so this game introduces a tricking system. That's Knuckles' forward trick. So whenever you hit certain springs and hoops and stuff, you You can trick in one of 4 directions, and another reason why Sonic is by far the best character in this game is because he has the best tricks in the game, by far. Amy has basically the same tricks as Sonic, so she is pretty much the second best character in the game for the stages. Knuckles has a very unique set of tricks, so that's his back trick, and you want to use his back trick as much as possible, which is really weird, because it's his fastest trick for horizontal mobility. But it's awkward because you have to turn around every time you do it. It's not as fast as Amy, but it's much better than Tails and Cream, who have the worst tricks in the game. So they are the worst characters in the game for stages, unfortunately for them. That was a really good stage.
I didn't know we were doing something with the backdash cancels.
All right, time for a boss. So we need to get a lot of consecutive bounces on this boss, which is basically luck. And okay, only no bounces.
Yeah, an unfortunate number of bosses are kind of like that, where you jump with the timing that you need and hope you get the right bounces. A lot of moving hitboxes don't act completely consistently, which is pretty common in any 2D game, so it's unsurprising, but annoying when you're trying to optimize bosses like this, because that was not ideal right
That was not ideal, but what can you do? It's basically luck. An ideal fight with Knuckles is about 11 seconds. With Sonic, it's 8. With Cream, it's 10. That's how fast Knuckles is for bosses. Tails and Amy, you give up. You just give up. All right, so this is a stage. We need a frame-perfect jump here at 460. Gaming, I got it. Let's go.
Yeah.
That jump looks normal. It is not a simple jump. It is a frame-perfect jump.
Yeah, so there was a series of springs there. Basically, they just bounce you differently, and you want to land on a particular one with momentum so that you have boost mode and the correct amount of height. Music Plant, what I would say about it is it's the favorite design of this kind of stage in the advanced games. It's just a little bit of wonky programming here and there that hold it back from definitively being the best one. But I like that there aren't a lot of block cycles that you need to worry about on the main route. So there, he lost boost speed, which is not ideal.
Yeah. Given that the rest of the stage went so well, I can't complain too much. Like, a really good stage is around a 54. I am very happy with the sub-minute for this fight. I mean, for this stage, really. Because there are so many spots this stage can screw you over randomly from its janky physics. Like, it is common to get like a 120 stage and you did nothing wrong, because the stage just doesn't work a lot of times. Case in point, this rail. Okay, it worked. Rails
are always a crapshoot in the advanced games for different reasons in each game, because of course, why would it be consistent?
Yeah, I know.
But the general idea is, like, they're thin, you're moving fast, horizontally or vertically, and that sometimes causes issues.
Don't lose boost? Okay, good. Random chance we lose boost in this hill.
We're also hoping that we don't have any sub-pixel stops. Those basically are nothing you can control. It's just you're moving in exactly the wrong place,
like
in
that?
Exactly the wrong way. Yeah,
like that. Right, good example. No. Thank you, Music Plant, for demonstrating.
Yeah, you can say commentator's curse. Fortunately, that if it's going to happen, that is one of the places that you would both be okay with it happening. It only costs maybe about a second.
Will it clip into the ceiling?
And a half.
Oh, there's a chance you clip out of bounds into the ceiling and lose like 3 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are no known useful out-of-boundses in this one, but there are some path swapper shenanigans that you can do, like you saw Kirby doing when we swapped to the game.
So I'm doing some orange manipulation. We're going to get the middle, bottom, weight, top, middle, bottom pattern in that order, and if things go well, I need to not get hits or make any dust clouds, and I'll get top, middle, bottom again. That's 2 hits, 3, 4. Okay, I lost it, but we got 4 hits in.
Only need 6 hits for each boss fight in this game on easy mode, which is fortunate. So most of this run is going to be in easy mode, partly for that reason.
All right, this might take a handful of tries, so I'm trying something. Don't worry about it. All right, gotta destroy cannons. So I could have ended this fight about like 20 seconds ago, but I'm going to try for a really difficult thing that I found on accident about a year ago. Nope, that's not gonna work.
I'm curious now, but I think I know what it is. Are you gonna try to spin dash in the boss?
You'll see. Got it, let's go!
Nice.
Let's go!
Nice. Yeah, I'd say that's worth it. It's like slow glitch in the old Sonic 3 and Knuckles runs.
I lost almost a minute from that. Do I care? No, it's cool. All right, so this stage has a breakable floor, and the only characters that can't access this floor right here are Tails and Cream. But everyone else can access it because they have power attacks, and thus they have an easy way of getting boost mode. If you're Tails or Cream and you're playing this stage, you cry and give up because this stage is not nice to them. Although, unfortunately, I lost boost there. Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to lose boost mode than Kirby is making it look, because he kind of is experienced at this game and has put a lot of time and effort into actually performing everything that you need to do fluidly.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a bit that goes into this. Which trick you do, where, when, and how has a big effect on it. How many rings you get. Oh, by the way, all those ring boxes he's getting, those are random. They can give you, I believe, 5, 10, 20, 30, or 50 is the list of amounts of rings you can get. Sometimes getting too many rings is bad. But in general, more rings does help you maintain your boost mode, and that is good.
Okay, I fell down here, which I did not want to do. But that's okay, I know my backups. Yeah. So Knuckles' issue, so I harp on Tails and Cream a lot for having the worst tricks in the game. So they are the slowest characters for the stages. Knuckles' issue is that he has the worst up trick. And the end of the stage is an alternative route I take with him because the lower route requires a good up trick to do reliably, and Knuckles is the only character who can't do it reliably. There are like 2 or 3 other minor route deviations where I take a different route with Knuckles because he has a terrible up trick. It just doesn't get much height, and you get no horizontal speed out of it, unlike everyone else in the game. But again, having the worst up trick in the game is nowhere near as bad as having a really bad horizontal trick, because this game is all about horizontal mobility.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do we have time for a quick announcement, by the way? I'm sorry.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we have just a few seconds here.
Yeah, 2 quick announcements. Number 1, we just reached 700,000 for PCF, so thank you all so much. Secondly, Kirby, I hope you're ready to go to True Area 53 because that incentive got met as well.
Let's go. And that was perfect timing because that stage was smooth AF. I probably shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. That was really smooth. All right. We have a boss here, and you're supposed to bounce on that platform to hit Eggman 6 times, but hopefully I'll get some lucky bounces. Okay, 3 hits is good. He takes 6 hits to kill.
Yes, you can get them all, but you cannot.
Unless your name is Sonic, you cannot do 6 in a row. Yeah.
So you can see that these bosses, they have very annoying things. Like you saw how long Kirby had to wait there. There we go. That's not anywhere near as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been worse, but that's okay.
These bosses can take a long time. They can kill you a lot, especially one that's coming out.
Yeah. Every stage in the game is like a horizontal line that slowly descends, but this zone coming up is different. And the start of this stage is one of like 2 or 3 cases where flight's useful for Tails and Cream, which is really rare because flight is really useless in this game, relatively speaking. But Tails saves 1 second, Cream saves 3 seconds with this flight coming up. Knuckles can't take it, so I have to take a lower route here, but that's okay. And that's about it.
Flight is useful in casual play, but in speedrun sense, it's slow, so you want to stay in boost mode instead. It just ends up being faster pretty much all the time.
Like, you might be noticing I'm doing very little gliding in general in these stages because gliding kills boost mode, and this game is all about boost mode. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That's bad because, as Alec mentioned, we want rings. Losing your rings is really bad because more rings means more air mobility, and more rings means getting boost mode more quickly. And now things will just spiral out to more and more time loss. I'm not going to make that because not enough rings. So I should be done with this stage by now. This is a good example of what happens if you make a single mistake in this speedrun. So a good time is around like a 55, I think, with Knuckles. We're going to lose about 15 seconds, I think. But, you know, that's just how it goes. It's a good example of how punishing this game can be. So, unless you're Sonic. Sonic's broken in this game. Alright, so at the start of the stage, there's a block cycle I need to make that's really lenient with Sonic and Amy. Almost impossible to make with your Tails or Cream. And lenient enough with Knuckles where I have a little... Okay, well, I'm not making it now. lenient enough with Knuckles, but if I make a bigger mistake like that, then I'm not making it. So that's a shame, but that's okay. This spring gives boost mode, by the way, so know your backups. Ideally, I don't need that spring. There's a random ring box here I'm gonna grab. Oh, I should have made that.
50 rings.
You got 50 rings, yeah. So there are 2 ring boxes we get, and Knuckles, Amy, Sonic don't need them. You ideally skip them because they're slow. But if your Tails or Cream, you need them, and you can actually will lose a massive amount of time if you don't get lucky enough with them, because Tails and Cream cannot make these gaps here without enough rings, because their tricks are terrible. But Knuckles can make them without relying on rings. Of course, if you have more rings, that's good. That's gonna help. And
yeah, there are one or two places coming up where Kirby might have to slow himself down a little bit, but not so much in this stage. In other stages, if he gets a particularly large ring count because of the additional air control you have.
All right, so coming up is what I like to call Big Slap. A shout out to Chocolate Day for that name. Feel free to explain it, Alec, while I do a totally very safe first hit coming up here.
Okay, I can explain it.
Got it.
But yeah, that first hit is nice. You learn that you can get it pretty quickly. Again, doing the quick glide, stop, and spin dash. But that hand there, it is a crusher hitbox. You can get hurt by it when it's not in crusher mode. So there's some times where I'll be watching Kirby do this boss and I'll have a heart attack because he just barely misses the... oh, that was a really nice boss fight.
That's not bad.
Yeah, just misses the crusher hitbox and gets knocked out of the way quickly enough that he doesn't get insta-killed. But yeah, it also lingers a little bit longer than you might think. You can't jump into it while it's there. It is very easy to get killed by it. All you have to do is just not be paying enough attention to where it is and when it's going to slap next.
Okay, so we're a little bit late on this warning, but there are flashing lights in the background for the next 2
Yes.
stages, unfortunately. And we need 15 rings to get boost mode there. Unless your Tails are Cream, then you can't get it.
Yeah, and now with boost mode and
okay.
going fast, it's especially
That's a
bad
death,
for the
and I'm going to
flashing
reset. That route's too cool not to do. I'm going to give it another shot, but... yeah, so there is a route that we want to take with Knuckles. This is one of the longest stages in the speedrun by far, and also one of the most difficult. But there's also like a lot of variety with the routes you can take depending on the character abilities. So we should, again, we'll get boost mode here because we have enough rings to get it, like that. And hopefully I can make this jump this time. Got it. That's over a giant bombs pit. All right, and there's a 37 cycle I want to make. Ooh, we're not making it now. We're not making it now. That's okay. Losing boost here isn't too big a video because there's a boost pad right here. So there's a bridge that turns off at 37 seconds right now, and every 4 seconds after that. We got sub-pixeled. So it's off on 41. It's going to turn off at 45, which will make this right there. We want around 60 rings to have enough air mobility to make this clean. Spring gives us boost. Make that gap. And yeah, so this stage has a lot of like little ways you have to really control your speed to not go too fast or too slow. Because like too fast and you'll hit various walls and ceilings, but if you're too slow, you'll lose boost. That's intentional, by the way. This spring gives boost. Oh, okay, we kept it. And normally I would hit the spring here and use an up trick, but again, Knuckles has a terrible up trick, so I need to take a slightly different route to compensate for that. And we're at the end of the stage.
Yeah, these are really fun if you're not photosensitive, so these stages are fun to play, even if they are tricky.
Yeah, the flashing backgrounds
that-
will continue for one more stage, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
we will tell you when they're done.
In the meantime, Sky, we got a little bit of time for you here.
Yep.
All right, sounds awesome. We have some more community love here for Kirby. So we have a $25 donation from Dew, who says, "Hey Sky and Kirby, cat attack, nuke stare, nuke stare, nuke stare, nuke melt, nuke melt, nuke melt. Good luck on the run."
Thank you very much.
We have Fitzgerald with $20, who says, "Hey Kirby, I see you talking about other cats, Fitzstare." And $5 from Hypnotics, who says, "Magoo and Knuckles."
And Knuckles, thank you, Hibby.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
Oh, we'll keep that boost.
One more, because I don't want to let you go without a good Sonic pun, Kirby. I'm sorry.
Please go for it. Please go for it.
All right, $100 from Calamity Nolan, who says, here's a blue blur riddle for you. How is Sonic like a bell? When you hit them, they let out some rings.
I knew where that was going. I'm like, I love it.
Fantastic run, Kirby. Keep going. You got this.
Yeah. So people talk about how Big Slappy, the previous boss with the big hand, sucks. I don't blame people for hating it, because like the Crusher hitbox does suck, but it is a very predictable boss. Like you can tell I was very comfortable with it, with taking risks and stuff. This boss, on the other hand, is very random. So that was a okay fight, actually.
Yeah. The only thing that's predictable are the shots, and the platforms are pretty much completely random.
Yeah, like sometimes he'll spin or spike every platform, and you literally just cannot hit him unless you're green. Like a really good fight with Knuckles that gets lucky is like an 8-9 second fight. So the fact that I lost 13 seconds and still consider that okay, that really goes to show how much of a crapshoot that fight can be. But we're on the coolest zone in the game. And as per usual, every Sonic game needs a gravity zone. So there is a tight cycle I want to make late in the stage. I'm resetting. Welcome to Sonic Advance 2 speedruns, where that can happen randomly and just ruin everything, because there's no backup for that.
That timing, though. Oh, man.
Because I really want to make the cycle, but it's really difficult. Okay, I'll try this one more time. Fun fact, I have a 4-frame window to press the right button at the 3, 2, 1, go, and I got it every stage in this run until just now. And I missed it, so that's why I'm resetting.
Yeah,
there we go.
So basically a minute into the stage, Kirby wants to be at a certain point.
Yeah, there's a block cycle I want to make, and I have to make it before, when the in-game timer is around 1 minute to 102 roughly, and it's pretty tight to make. This barrier is for safety, because rings are really important. And Knuckles is going to take a Knuckles exclusive route here. So normally I would take a rail and rely on an up trick to keep going. Knuckles has the worst up trick in the game, so it's really slow for him. So instead, he wants to just glide here instead. And get a boost pad here. Whee! And then hopefully you don't get sub-pixeled here randomly. Thank you. And we want to jump over this loop, glide over this upside down. There's a boost pad coming up here. Thank you. We're on pace to make the cycle, I think. So when I enter a cannon, you want to pay attention to a moving block that I'm just kind of get yeeted under. That's how tight it is. So it's coming up soon. 1 minute. 1 2.
Good.
That right there. I almost got crushed. So everything is normal. This is fine.
But yeah, these are my favorite levels in the game, actually. Egg Utopia 1 and 2. They're just a lot of fun.
Yeah, like that was... If you ignore the reset, that didn't happen. That was really good. That was incredibly smooth. I'm very happy with how that went. But now we have Act 2. I'm going to do a reset, not because it's faster, but Alec mentioned that I've been speedrunning this in easy mode, and I'm going to switch to normal mode. Easy difficulty actually removes certain enemies from stages, and that actually slows me down in a few stages. This strat is too cool not to show off in GDQ, which I cannot take this route. Well, I cannot do this cool strat on easy mode because easy mode removes a rat that I rely on bouncing off of. So I'm switching to normal mode, not because it's faster, because it isn't, but because it's cooler. So
yeah, these games are timed in real time because you're able to skip the score countdowns natively, so not really any reason not to run it in real time.
Here we go.
Right here.
Hey! There we
Nice.
go. Oh, go back to the boost pad. There we go. Worth it.
But yeah,
worth it.
It can be hard to realize how much time that saves, but it's a nice significant chunk of time, so...
It's not too big of a time save for Knuckles and Cream because they can just glide and fly, but for Amy, it's like over 10 seconds because she doesn't have a way to access that at all, period, without the rat bounce. Yeah, this is just going to be more smooth movement for another 30 seconds, so feel free to squeeze in a quick donation or two.
All right, sounds good. We have $100 from Sky who says, love Kirbymastah, love Sonic, and let's see that kitty game.
Let's go. Thank you.
We have Red Link with $25 that says, gotta donate for the Sonic Advance game. Some of my favorite games for the GBA. Looking forward to the true Area 53 run.
And one more.
All right. Let's see. I got $50 from More Jewels, who says, donating to unlock Stray, especially after seeing that amazing blacklight painting. This one is for my adopted orange tabby girl, Sona. Post cats, Chad. Post cats in support of Kirby and of Stray.
Yeah, so this boss has an interesting gimmick where you can actually control gravity by pressing up or down. And I'm playing on normal mode, so this boss would be dead right now on easy mode. But yeah, I still have 2 more hits to hit land because it's normal. So this is not normal. I mean, typical. But there you go.
You can see Kirby pressing up and down there to get that wiggle.
Yeah.
This is one of the bosses that is quote unquote more consistent.
It is.
Once you get a feel for the ways to get multiple hits, it's somewhat consistent. Like, you'll usually get hit out of the ideal strats at one point or another, but otherwise, you're going to get a pretty good time. You're in control the whole time, so it's not so bad.
All right.
But here, we have a boss rush. Going back to easy because, we want these guys to die quickly. It's the same bosses, just they take fewer hits each time. So go ahead, Scott.
All right, thank you. And again, just fantastic job, y'all, so far. We have $25 from Puzzled Orca, who says, gotta donate during the Sonic block. Sonic Advance 2 is one of my favorites, and it is great to see it on AG2Q. And what a great cause that everyone is donating to. Keep being awesome.
Thank you.
Would you like one more?
Feel free to go all in.
All right. Just want to make
lots
sure
of downtime here.
We have $50 from Curium and Myotis that says, I would like to see the game about the cat. Oh my gosh, so much love for Kirby, Cat, Stray, Sonic. It's all here.
All right. Well, remember what happened to this boss last time? Should I go for it again? How am I doing on time? What's the timer at? My estimate's 30 minutes, I think, so we... Probably like 24, 25, if I have to guess.
That's really accurate, actually. I believe it just crossed over 25 minutes, so very good, Kirby. Speedrun, I don't know how speedrunners know about, like, how long it's approximately been into the run, but it's always so impressive.
Oh, just missed it.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. That's too far left.
Maybe give it one more try.
We need a good pattern for it. We just kind of need a good pattern in general. That's too far. Okay, one more. Oh, okay. I'll just finish him. I got it once. I got the glitch once. I'm happy enough. So for the glitch to happen, the slope glitch to happen, where you have Knuckles running in there, you have to kill Eggman as you glide into the platform, which is really difficult because the moment you glide, you fall back instantly since you're constantly auto-running. So you have to kind of time it at the right time and just before you land on the platform, and just next to Eggman too. So it's really difficult. And that was a fast boss. Okay, so this is kind of luck-based, but there's a random chance I'll get to run a little bit ahead by holding right here. If I do, I get a free hit on Big Slappy. If I don't, well, I'll just cry a bit internally. All right, we did. Cool. So that's a hit on Big Slappy. Should I play risky? Missed the hit. And we have 2 more bosses to go before the final boss. So, well, more like 2 more boss refights and then a final boss. So, I think we have time for a few more donations before we reach the final boss and the end of the run.
All right, I don't know whose cat this is, but $25 from Sci-Fi Girl. It says, my cat keeps hitting my keyboard in chat. I'm assuming he's annoyed that the Stray incentive hasn't been met yet. Make kitties happy. Let's get that incentive met.
And 1 more boss refight before the final boss.
We also have $100 from Moose, who just says, cat. There's so much love for cats right now. I absolutely am loving this.
I am proud of Chad.
One more pun
Cats
for you.
are good.
$50 from Arconite that says, donating so I get a chance at that Stray canvas. I need it, meow.
All right, so this is the final boss, and it's the only one that's not constantly moving. You have to hit the head 6 times, and that will be time.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing spin dash jumps off these platforms for most of the hits. The timing is a little bit tight, but...
3... 4... 5... Oh. sometimes that can just happen. And time.
GG.
GG. And that is Sonic Advance 2 done in fast time with and Knuckles.
And Knuckles. It's nice to see Knuckles run here because he's probably the most unique character.
He is. Like, that's
in
why I
this
was
game.
pushing for him, because, like, Tails and Cream play, like, 90% the same. I mean, and then Amy's basically Sonic, but no air dashing, so she's, like, discount Sonic. And Knuckles, like, he has a lot of unique tools that sets him apart despite the fact that he's not Sonic in this game. So I'm really glad to be able to showcase Knuckles.
Also, Amy's hammer does not have as large of a hitbox as he would
It
want
makes
it
me
to
so
be.
sad because Amy's so good in Advance 1 and 3, but she's so bad in Advance 2. At least her hammer is terrible. She's fast for the stages, but her hammer is so bad for bosses. It's so sad because I love her.
You pretty much have to hug the boss anyway with Amy.
Yeah. All right. So without further ado, I guess we did meet the True Area 53 incentive, right? So do we want to go ahead and get started on that? All right, so
let's go.
Just to explain things really quickly, so True Area 53 is the Supersonic boss fight. Unlocking it requires watching the credits once. Yes, that matters because I routed this out. I routed best ending categories because I like bad ideas. It requires getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds with Sonic. You don't need them for anyone else. And you need to beat the game with every character not named Amy. Amy is kind of considered a bonus character in this game. She's not like, what's it called? A canon character in this game. She's just kind of a bonus arcade-like character. So you need to beat the game with Sonic, Cream, Knuckles, and Tails, and have all 7 Chaos Emeralds with Sonic to unlock True Area 53. This has an in-game timer, but I guess we could get a timer. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this fight requires 12 hits to take down, and it's kind of like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles fight, where the way to damage the boss is to deflect the missiles back at him. The missiles always fire at the same time, so all that matters is not missing any, and getting the last missile as early as possible. And the other thing I need to be wary of is to not get frozen by the laser attack. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. 6 more hits. 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna try that again, because I messed that up.
Sonic!
I dashed out just a bit too late. So if you get hit at the wrong time with the laser, then he'll also inhale his own missiles, which is unfortunate, but it's a fast fight. I'll give it one quick shot, because, yeah. Alright. One, 2, 3.
I do kind of like the design for this because, like, everything's in your control pretty much.
5, 6. All the attacks are random, but, like, the missiles are not, so, yeah. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed a hit there. I pressed back on accident. Oh well, I'll just finish this off. Alright, so normally, if I played this perfectly, I would have to wait until 50-50 here. That hits, and that hit, and the fight will be done by now. The world record time is 52:52, and that could have been a 52:52 if I didn't miss one of the missiles, but, you know, it do be like that. That's okay. Because this is the kind of fight where I'm usually like 50-50 on getting the IO world record for this. But now I have to, now that everything's thrown off, time, there we go. And that's the True Area 53 boss fight done in 109.99. So, there we go. That is that.
Very nice run, Kirby.
Thank you. And quick shout out to Alec47 for being on commentary. He's been on commentary for a lot of my runs, not just Sonic runs, but
Yeah.
a lot of like Fire Emblem runs as well. I run Fire Emblem. And shout out to Skybilz as well for being an awesome host and also just an awesome person in general.
Oh, thank you, GG Kirby. That was awesome.
And the last thing, I want to give a quick shout out to, in particular, Combo Blaze and True Sonic 53. Because those are two other runners that kind of motivated me to learn this game. And a lot of their strats and runs and individual level videos, helped me just improve at this game a lot. Combo Blaze himself actually did a run for a Sonic Advance 2 several years ago, and I raced him in Sonic Advance 1 quite a while ago. Cool guy. But yeah, the Sonic Advance series is pretty fun. We don't really have too much of a big community, but we do have our own channel in the general Sonic speedrunning Discord. And I'm not gonna lie, Advance 2 and 3 are very difficult to learn, but they are very rewarding and fun. Advance 1 is very beginner friendly. And if anyone is interested in like just learning this game, starting with ILs or full game runs or anything, then I'm always around in that channel. And you can always just ask any questions or whatnot there.
Yeah, and that Discord for the Sonic speedrunning community, if you don't know where else to go, that's pretty much the hub. We have Discords for some other things like the classics. Certain games have their own ones. As was mentioned earlier, there's an Adventure Era one. But yeah, come on in. We'd love to have more runners. That's always a cool thing. And yeah, shout-outs to the Sonic speedrunning community. Some pretty cool people.
Yep, and shoutouts to all the runners who ran Unleashed. Shoutouts to Spec, and shoutouts to New, Subaru, and Blue Mania as well for their awesome colors race. And there's also going to be another Sonic run later on Thursday, Sonic Blast, so be sure to catch that. It's going to be a race. But that's all I have to say. Thank you everyone for watching, and you can follow me on my Twitch. I speedrun the Sonic Advance series, all of them. I'm also nowadays speedrun a lot of Fire Emblem games too, including the 3DS games. I know they're different kinds of series. Nothing like each other, but that's okay. You can run whatever you want, and as long as you have fun.
Thank you to Kirby and Alec for that lovely run of Sonic Advance 2. Please be sure to give Kirbymastah a follow. We have $50 from Snowcat Snack, who says, "Wait a meowment, you've got to be kidding me. Pardon me, chat. The Stray incentive hasn't been met yet. Stray needs you. It would be a catastrophe to not see the kitty game. Perhaps you can help and donate a bit, chat? That would be clawsome." $25 from Anonymous, who says, "I remember when my little brother and I got our first Pokemon games. I got Red and him Blue. Come on, let's get Red version going." All right, now to talk about a amazing component of GDQ, and that is the GDQ hotfix. Speedrunning isn't limited to AGDQ and SGDQ. You can watch every weekday night at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern here on Games Done Quick with Hotfix. We have 22 different shows with specials on the weekends. For more information, go to games.com/hotfix. And a couple of our shows here, it's very, very awesome that we have here a mini showrunner host blog coming up. So I am the host, Skybilz, of Random Number Generation and Mercy Kill. We have Lana Roos coming up with She Is Speed, coming up next as a host. She Is Speed being the show. And Conception will be coming up a little later, also the host of Awfully Silly. So again, that is GDQ Hotfix. Very, very awesome. You all should check it out. And thank you so much to GDQ Hotfix for the daily content. All right, we were talking about Pokemon earlier, so we do have some bid wars coming up, and they're going to be closing relatively soon. So again, talking about Pokemon Red. Pokemon Yellow is currently in the lead, 2,152 to Pokemon Red, 732. So again, if you want to see that classic Pokemon Red, that classic introduction screen, please be sure to get those donations in. We also have the Pokemon Red or Yellow Rivals name. So currently right now, I believe WHO, question mark, is in the lead, but Arby's is lurking behind. So again, always time for a last minute snipe. All right, folks, that is going to be it for me for my shift. I'm Skybilz. It has been an honor to host for Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online. I'm going to be back on Friday night with the Super Mario All-Star Shuffler, so I better go practice. I'll also be back to host the finale as well. Lots of great GDQ content coming forth your way, though. Up next will be Lana Roos taking over the hosting desk, so thank you so much to Lana. And we are going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to AGDQ 2023 online, raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Hey, how y'all doing? It's good to see you again. My name is Lana Roos, or you know what? We're friends now. You can call me Lana, and I'll be hanging out here for the next couple of runs with all of you tonight. It has been an amazing evening / time zone / wherever you're joining us from tonight, and we have been well on our way towards unlocking Stray as our bonus game of the evening. So just a quick reminder, we are at $54,000 raised out of the $99,999.99 that we need. So let's keep pushing for that, everyone. You are doing absolutely amazing. And let's keep up that momentum as we go into our next few runs. So, up next on the schedule, we have a lovely interview coming up with Ben Stevens, who will be running Ocarina of Time 3D later tonight. So, I'm going to toss it over to them. Take it away.
No, I'm just saying that you have to turn the vacuum off. No, if he's stuck, you got to turn it off, and then, well, otherwise he's just okay. You know what? Can we not right now? That's why I'm in the chair. Okay, so let's just. Okay.
Hey, you good, dude?
What? I'm fine. Yeah, it's fine. Welcome back to AGDQ 2023 online. I'm Adef, and I'm joined by Ben Steven. Ben Steven. Ben, welcome.
Yeah, it's Ben Stevens, but dude, we've known each other for like years. You can just call me Ben.
Okay, sure. Big B. Perfect.
Yeah.
So why don't we jump right into the questions, Benjamin, because you'll be running Ocarina of Time in 3 dimensions this evening, which is really exciting. I didn't actually know. I was under the impression that the original game was also in 3 dimensions.
Yes, that's correct. That the other game is also. They didn't. They didn't like make a new dimension for the game. They're both. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm just confused because I don't know why they'd tack that on then.
Yeah, can we go to the next question? Actually, can we?
Sure.
Can we do the next one?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
On the grand scheme of 3-dimensional things, you know, we're talking like Spy Kids to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Where does this one sort of slot in?
Yeah. So not really. Okay. So if we were going to answer the question like that, I guess maybe we're like Jaws 3D, but not really. I mean, closer to Shark Boy and Lava Girl than like Spy Kids. Like not really Spy Kids, and definitely not like Avatar. Not
that's strange actually that you say that, Benny, because I have a note here on my notes that says that are there no blue people in the game? Because I was under the impression that
no. There's blue people. Yeah, no, they're in there. They put them in there.
Oh. Okay,
yeah.
I guess.
You know what? I mean, like we could explain it, but like, can we maybe talk about the speed run actually? Because I kind of thought that's why I was
yeah,
actually. Aren't you just like the Pokemon guy now? Like, why do they have you doing the Zelda interview?
You don't have to actually say. Look, I'm just reading the notes as they were given to me. Okay, like I didn't change them. That's just what I was given. So. Why don't we go to the next question? How's that? Any percent. This is a term that I feel like gets thrown around all the time in speedruns, including on your Ocarina of Time in 3 dimensions run. So I'm curious, what is that?
Yeah. So that's just. I mean, like most speedruns use that term. So that's actually we're just going to beat the game as fast as possible. That's pretty like normal.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just feel like I never maybe had read it before. Why don't we go to a social question?
You've read it.
No, I bet probably not.
Okay.
Why don't we go to a Twitter question here? We have a Twitter question from @charcoal190, and they ask: are there any recent discoveries that will be showcased in this run?
Yeah. Actually, so there's the last time this game was in a GDQ was actually a pretty long time ago. So there's a lot of really new stuff. Originally there was a huge bottleneck in the run where we needed to get the bomb item to kind of progress a lot faster, but it took forever to get it. We're going to be skipping that in this run with a lot of like really interesting tricks. We're going through walls. We're going to be doing some crazy hovering stuff to like get over walls and clip through slopes. It's going to be really, really cool. Definitely, it's a really fast-paced run with a lot of stuff going on and a lot of cool tech.
Kind of feels like kind of feels a little unfair that you gave a good answer to that one.
No, I've been giving good answers. Yeah, no, I have been.
Why don't I try? How has the run changed over the years?
Yeah, so more unskippable cutscenes, less interesting movement. Okay, so you know how like other Zelda games have like a lot of really interesting stuff, and like this, like there's nothing that really makes this game unique or compared to those, you know. So
Yeah,
if you like triviality, then yeah, this is going to be a really good speedrun for you.
Okay, Ben Steven 56, everybody. Ben Steven. He'll be running Ocarina of Time in 3 dimensions this evening. You don't want to miss it. I've been Adef. Enjoy more AGDQ 2023 online.
Interview, everyone. I am super excited for that run that will be taking place right after this. We have a stacked up lineup for you tonight, and I am mega excited to be here for the next little while. So, speaking of what is up next on the schedule, let's check in on how our bid war went. So, tonight we are going to be playing Pokemon Yellow. Congratulations to Pokemon Yellow on winning our bid war. Let's get some nostalgia vibes going. I'm really excited. Before we get started, just a couple of quick donations. Let's check in on how things are going. We have $53 from Flying Penguins, who says, $53 for number 53 Persian, the classy cat Pokemon. Putting this towards Stray to enjoy even more kitties. So we know we love those Pokédex donations, so let's get those in. I'll be watching for them. Let me know your favorite Pokemon. I'll give you a little spoiler. Mine is Ninetales. All right, so like we said, our next run will be Pokemon Yellow, featuring Pokeguy. So I'm going to toss it over to them. Take it away.